To this story now, newly elected Joburg Mayor Thapelo Ahmad is already getting his hands dirty. Ahmad will today take on his first official duty by joining City Power as it cuts off defaulting and non-paying customers. It's targeting households, businesses and government institutions. eNCA's reporter Aviwe Mtila has more on this particular story. Good morning, Aviwe. So you are today with City Power as they are cutting off electricity. Talk to us about this program.
Well, City Power is on a drive today around Roodepoort to cut off those businesses that aren't paying. We do understand they owed around R1 billion just in Roodepoort alone. So City Power, joined with the new mayor, Thapelo Ahmad, would be on a road trip, basically going business to business, cutting off that electricity. Of course, it is their first venture out with the mayor, City Power. In fact, let me rope in the CEO of City Power, maybe to understand some of the logistics, even Mbuno. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. We've seen a lot of chopping and changing of the mayors in the past. Does this have any bearing in the operations of City Power?
I think there's a clear line between the political office and the administration office. So the changes that we're talking about are at a political office and not at an administration office. So the City Power that was there is still the City Power that is here. The only difference is, of course, we get our political direction from the current leadership. Yes.
Okay, then that would lead me to the next question. On her day of resignation, the outgoing mayor, ousted Mayor Mpho Phalatse, announced ambitious plans around load shedding and significantly reducing it in Johannesburg. 401 million rand that was needed to reduce it within 6 months. Will those plans then still be going ahead?
Well, the plans are for the residents of Johannesburg. And it's not plans that started today. It's plans that started quite a while back, a number of years back, actually, because what we're doing is we're simply building on the legacy of the past. So these plans are for the residents, but they were also still in discussion with the previous government. So it was still not signed off. So all that has to happen is we have to enter into discussions because obviously budgets have to be allocated. If you remember, what you indicated was budgets were not even allocated for that. So we are still packaging our plans, and we are going to be engaging with the budget office, city manager's office, and political office, so that we get to see how much budgets can be allocated. And the plans are for the residents and not for the politicians.
Okay, and then let's come to the residents. We do understand City Power owed around R1 billion in Roodepoort alone. How is the situation looking like in the rest of Johannesburg?
We are owed in total about 7.9 billion rands, and we need that money because we've got years of underinvestment in our infrastructure. Over and above that, we've got theft and vandalism that is on a rise, which means we need more money to strengthen our network, to safeguard our infrastructure. Now, when our customers do not pay for the basic services that we deliver, it obviously means that we are not going to be able to meet the right standard in giving them the service. So this drive today is, and we thank you, the media, for also being available, because it assists us to get the message across that it is not about us, being rude. It's not about us just wanting, to play for the gallery. It's about us saying to our customers, please do the right thing. Please pay for your services, because when you pay for the services, we're able to invest in the infrastructure that you need.
So you won't be electrifying those businesses up until they pay?
Of course, yes. We need them to pay. They've already consumed our electricity, and I'm sure they would like to still have electricity going forward. So when we disconnect you, our policies are clear. You have to come to our offices. You have to make payments. And the sad thing is, you're not only paying what you owe us. You now have to pay us a reconnection fee as well, because we also spend money coming to you to disconnect you. We spend money coming to you to reconnect you. So it's actually quite costly. So the customers just have to honor their bills on time, and all of this can be avoided.
Okay, there's talk then of the national state of disaster, whether it should be implemented or when, how soon it can be implemented. The governing party seems to suggest that within a year we could curb load shedding, well, come to an end of load shedding if that is implemented. What's your expert opinion on this?
I think as a resident in this country myself, load shedding is something that we shouldn't be going through. We do understand where it comes from. We understand where I think the chain got broken, and we are happy to see government rising to the occasion and saying that they'd like to do something about that. Now, as City Power, we are getting 90% of our electricity from Eskom, and when they say stage 6, it's really bad for our operations because it means also our staff can only really render services for about 4 hours in a day. So productivity is at its lowest. When we have outages, we can't get to them to restore power. It's also unsafe to operate, but also load shedding is really traumatizing our infrastructure, if I can put it in that manner. You know, in terms of inrush current, we get our mini subs blowing, and at no point are we talking about giving municipalities some kind of funding to make up for the damage that load shedding is doing. So if anything can be done to avoid load shedding, I think that would be a good thing for the country at large.
All right, thank you very much. CEO of City Power, of course, as they're on a drive here in Roodepoort to cut off the businesses that owe at least R1 billion. We do know around Johannesburg that stands at a staggering over R7 billion that is owed to City Power. So we'll be with them as they'll, of course, be joined by the Mayor, Thapelo Ahmad.